Hello, it's me, Dr. Messina Morris, or Dr. Molder of Minds, joining you live from not Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I want to discuss a little bit more about the work that I do and about a course that I developed called Metaverse, Mindfulness, and You. I am doing a lot in the community with high schoolers and STEM fellows, primarily working with STEM NOLA on a project to make sure that our STEM scholars between the ages of ninth grade and 12th grade have access to education in the metaverse. So, one of the things that I wanted them to remember and to always be mindful of is that they are human beings, not human doings. That's paramount for me. And in order for them to continue to be human beings and do the right thing for human beings in the area of AI and metaverse technologies, is making sure that they're taking care of themselves. That's why the course is entitled Metaverse, Mindfulness, and You. So we talked about the metaverse and the technologies that undergird the metaverse. We talked about a mindfulness practice. Thank you, Amy Edelston and Inner Strength Education, for helping me get them through breathing exercises within 2 minutes so that they can have access to it. I use different lo-fi beats for them to exercise to. So we do kind of like a desk yoga where they stretch their neck and all of these muscles that as they're holding controllers or they're using their hands, whether they're typing and talking, that all of these muscles aren't sore and aggravated and tense, because headaches are common after using virtual reality devices. They do sit on your face, they do stress and put some strain under your eyes. And so it's important for them to know that, because when you're young, you don't think about all of the implications of things that you do to your body. You don't think about what kind of excess tension it could cause or anything like that. So it's important for me to teach them how to be a human being and make sure that they're stretching properly, making sure that they're doing all of the things like taking breaks in between and breathing, because sometimes you get so caught up in the activity, you're not even taking a deep breath and getting the oxygen that you need. So I want to make sure that they're doing all of the things, and it is my responsibility, and I take that very seriously, to make sure that they're doing all the things. So we do a litany of stretching exercises to make sure that their neck and their shoulders don't get tense. We do everything from the head, neck, shoulders, arms, wrists, because we stretch our wrists and rotate our wrists. And we also do twists to make sure that their abdomens are not impacted as well. Pain. How many people have lower back pain from their desk job? And they felt like, oh, well, if I'm working with my hands or my desk, I won't get carpal tunnel or I won't get orbital tunnel syndrome. All of the things that I have obviously had, including the scar on my shoulder, because I've had problems with my shoulder before and had to get that repaired. And so I have a very nice love scar here that you can see. So I want them to make sure that they are taking care of themselves in whatever digital space that they find themselves in. So we do that. And we learn about the metaverse. We learn about accessing the metaverse space using mobile devices, using tablets, using their computer on 2D screens. We talk about the immersiveness of the environment using real-time 3D and objects. We talk about the tools of the metaverse being also augmented reality glasses, mixed reality devices, virtual reality, and that you don't have to have any of these fancy gadgets to access the metaverse. And in fact, they have already been on metaverse platforms because they were the youth playing metaverse and Fortnite playing Minecraft, Fortnite, and Roblox. So they have already had experience interacting, connecting. The one thing that they did not know that they could do was learn. And so we were able to access AI lessons in the VXR Labs platform. in virtual reality. That was a huge surprise for them. They were able to navigate to my school. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I found to be really unique about the experience that I was able to give them. Let me share my screen. So they were able to find out more about the course. Obviously, that this was a foundational course because we're going to be learning about molecules, magic, and the metaverse next with them. And I make all of my students, so I'm going to pull up the agenda so that you can see, but all of my students, after introductions, we do a personality test and self-discovery. We talked about just what the metaverse is. We introduced teaching assistants. Um, Through HoloTutorAI.ai, we do another mindfulness practice. We talk about metacognition. We talk about how AI can help assist that, how the metaverse helps assist with that. We talk about AI teaching assistants and lessons that you can do with HoloTutor while immersed in virtual reality. Obviously, they have to eat. They do a guided VR experience. They do fleet free exploration, and we have some closing reflections. Now, all of my students are required to write, so they have to go into the community session and do writing. So even in their personality test and self-discovery, after they do the personality test, they do have reflections. So I have a student reflection sheet that goes to a document. Their names are already on it, and they are able to do their reflection. They also have different workflows. I tell them about the role of AI in education. They go to the demonstration, they do the reflection, and they do the submission. So all of this is in my school platform, skool.com//one metaversity. If you would like access for a short period of time to demo any of these courses. I have a classroom full of courses. I have my AI teaching assistant course. I have an intro to AI for educators course coming out, in Metaverse 101 course. I have an intensive 30-hour workshop that I do. I also have the Discovering the Metaverse Mindfulness in You course. And I also have a forensic science course, Atoms, Evidence, and Avatars. And it's with forensic science in XR. So I have a number of courses and courses still to come that are available at One Metaversity. So if you go to my One Metaversity link, you'll be able to see where Generation Alpha to Generation Baby Boomer can learn for a lifetime. So if you would like to be a member, come and request membership to me at www.skool.com/One Metaversity. So I am honored to be able to give this type of education. And then when we go to Holo Tutor by Victory XR, students are able to sign in. Let me sign, I think I'm already signed in. Sign in. And then they have access to build new AI experiences, to explore existing lessons, to have a conversational experience with an AI, or they can go through a textbook that I have in their portal already. But one of the things that they did today was to explore existing lessons. On Holo Tutor, I have created the Basics of the Metaverse course. And so right now we have 3 modules, but there are 3 more that I'm adding today on what is the metaverse. So they would go through this particular module and talk to my AI teaching assistant, Dr. M.O.M.
Welcome to the first module in the course on Metaverse Basics. My name is Dr. M.O.M, and I will be walking you through information about what the Metaverse is. This is the Victory XR AI lesson platform. You can ask me a question at any time, and we can have a conversation if...
So they can always ask a question, and they can actually ask it a question. What is the metaverse and how do you access it?
The metaverse is like a huge digital universe where you can explore, create, and interact using virtual reality, VR, or augmented reality, AR. Think of it as a blend of the internet and immersive 3D worlds. You can access it through VR headsets, AR glasses, or even your regular computer or smartphone. Imagine diving into a game or virtual meeting, but it feels like you're really there. It's
And this
super
is
exciting.
a spatial environment, so you can see the real-time 3D environment just as if you were in a headset at your desktop. You can continue to ask it questions or
If
you
you
can
like.
resume the lesson.
Just click the hand raise
You can
point.
go to
You can
different
pause the
parts of
lesson
the
or check your
module.
understanding. Build an avatar.
You can put
Through
in
this
for an
avatar, you can
assessment.
explore, collect there,
So
shapes what kind of world it
at
becomes.
the end, they
Watch this
have an
short explainer
explainer
video for
video
more information.
that I've embedded into the
I
lesson.
hope the video helped you put it all together.
And so
Now,
you
here's for
can
the next
continue to
lesson in Hollow Tutor,
see
your
what they
AI
have.
tutor
You have a
platform.
transcript of what you asked it. And then obviously you have to rate it. Give me a 5 for crying out loud. But those are all things that HoloTutor.ai can do in order to help you enhance your lessons and give students a short snippet of what they are going to be learning and help them hit some learning outcomes very quickly in a short, immersive span of time. You can put pictures, three-dimensional objects, and you can have explain your AI basically explain and ask, and they can ask questions 24/7. So that's really a wonderful part of having a hollow tutor, and it allowed me to get a lesson done and students to do it independently and asynchronously while I helped other students get into headset or do other things. So it was really interesting to have them move at their own pace and give them a personalized learning experience. If you are interested in learning about an education like this, reach out to me, Dr. Messina Morris or Dr. Mulder of Minds. I have one Metaversity and Metaverse United, one Metaversity and Metaverse United that you can reach me at. If you go to these QR codes, you can see my link tree, which has all of the sites, all of the articles, everything that you can learn about me in those particular snippets. And feel free to reach out, comment, and let me know if this is the type of education you think your students or your organization, your institution needs in order to go to the next level and prepare your students for the next best thing when it comes to their futures and work. So, what's up next? What should I teach next? I'm really excited. What do you want to know?